Hello, welcome back. All right, so let's talk about advanced on-page optimization. In the first section, guys, we talked about way back in Module 1 about the basics of on-page optimization. Now, those steps are, really powerful on their own. They're going to really set you up for, good success with a website. But when combined with the strategies here, it's going to make your clients' sites unstoppable. Again, on-page SEO is very easy to overcomplicate. But if you follow the steps here, everything should be ridiculously simple, or at least I hope anyway. The first sort of advanced thing that I want to talk about here is your URL structure. The idea is to have it be like yourwebsite.com/keyword or /page title, which includes the keyword, not yourwebsite.com/p=123 or anything like that. You want the URL to be short, sweet, and keyword rich. The first 3 to 5 keywords in a URL, or I should say the first 3 to 5 words in a URL are the most important for Google. In WordPress, which is what I anticipate the majority of you are going to be working with and on, you can fix this in the permalink settings, which is really cool. We'll probably shoot another video setting up a WordPress site here just so you guys can have an example of what we're working on. The next thing is your meta description. So your meta description is, the 160 characters that are displayed under your website title in the search results. You want to make sure that you have your keyword or an LSI variation of your keyword mentioned in that text. Now, the thing is here, Google says that this stuff is not a ranking factor, but I still believe that it is good to have it there. It's good to force a certain meta description rather than Google just picking the first 160 characters from your website. That's whether or not it helps you rank, it just looks better. You can treat it like sales copy, right? Like people read this stuff and they get sold on clicking on your website. The next piece of this sort of more advanced on-page section is your meta keywords, right? So this is just a piece of HTML code that pretty much just tells Google which keywords that you want your website to rank for. Google used to rely really heavily on these tags to figure out where sites rank. Today, it's just not so much. Their official stance is that meta keywords are not a ranking factor. But just because they say it doesn't mean that it's true. Adding meta keywords, taking the time to just kind of like pretty much whatever keywords that you are trying to rank for, just have those be your meta keywords. It's better to have them in there. It takes 5 seconds to get them in. It's better to have them than not. Again, it's one of these things where Google says it's not a ranking factor, but the sites that do rank pretty well, they all have meta keywords. So, take that conclusion however you want. The next thing that Google is really on about when it comes to on-page is load speed. They have gone on the record this year about page speed being a ranking factor, meaning how fast your website loads affects where you are in the Google search results. So what you can do to find out how fast your site or your client's site is loading and whether or not Google is a fan of how fast it's loading, you can go, they actually give you, there's a developer tool that Google has out there in the world. It's Google's Page Speed Insights tool. So you just go in there, just literally just Google Page Speed Insights, and it's the first result there. And you want to get a score as close to 90 as you can get. Even a score of 80 is pretty good, but plug it in there, see how fast it loads. They'll give you a score out of 100. To fix that, that's a little bit more of a complicated fix than simply just changing a setting or something like that. So that you probably want to work with a web designer to do that. If you're not a web designer, you probably want to work with somebody who is, just because it's I can recommend somebody to help you out with it, but it's not to me it's a little bit outside the scope of necessarily what an SEO should be doing. The next thing here is mobile optimization. So this is a great actually way to get in the door with clients, which we'll talk about in the prospecting section. But mobile optimization is pretty much what it is it's just the website resizing itself and looking good on a mobile device, like an iPhone or an iPad or whatever. If the website is not mobile friendly, meaning it does not resize down to fit on a mobile device, you can expect a nice big fat penalty from Google. They love to do that now. Since April 2016, I think they've been handing out penalties to websites that are not mobile optimized, meaning that they're penalizing the rankings and they're actually removing those websites from the search results that are displayed on mobile devices. So with more and more traffic every single year coming from mobile devices, if you're not mobile optimized, you're just not going to get any of that traffic. So the fix to this is either doing a site redesign or using an awesome tool like Due to Mobile. Check it out there. It's a great little tool. You can just go in there and literally just grab. I mean, you got to pay for it obviously, but you go in and you just can grab a code, a little snippet of code, paste it on a client's site, and then boom, mobile optimized just like that. It's really, really awesome. So just cool thing with that, and you can fix, and again, as I said, fixing non-mobile optimized sites is a great foot in the door strategy. So if you're working with WordPress, and I suggest that you do, I always recommend that because it's a great platform. SEO Yoast is your best friend for taking care of the majority of advanced on-page optimization tasks that we just went over here. It handles everything like the title, the meta keywords, the meta description. It's fantastic. It also generates an XML sitemap for your website automatically. So we're going to do a Yoast SEO walkthrough in one of these videos. So just look for it in the members area, and we'll show you how it works and why it's so cool. But that's it for the more advanced stuff here, guys. I know I'm kind of going through things a little bit fast here, but again, I'm trying not to bog you down with information and get people to be like, whoa, maybe I'd do it a little bit this way, a little bit that way. Just my advice is just to take action here. Go, move fast and break things. You can always fix them, especially with WordPress and stuff like that. So onward, guys, and I will see you in the next section.